My father left me a set of VHS tapes when he passed away. The footage was disturbing. I was devastated when Dad died. I know it's cliche, but he was the best parent I could have asked for. His health had been declining for some time, and we all knew he didn't have long, but that didn't make it any easier. I loved my father. Maybe that's what made the VHS tapes so shocking. I was visiting Mom, taking some time off work to grieve, when she revealed them to me. Jeremy, I need to talk to you, she said, slowly easing into a seat at the table. I rushed over to help, but she waved me off. Despite how bad her arthritis had gotten, she was stubbornly insistent she was still as spry as a 19-year-old. Is something wrong? You sound serious, I asked once she'd adjusted herself. Her expression was darker than usual, grim, even. She hadn't been the same since Dad passed, but that this was something else, something heavier. Well, not exactly. Your father asked me to do this. He made me promise that if I outlived him, I was to give you these tapes. If it were up to me, I would have thrown them away years ago. No one needs to know what's on them. But it was his dying wish, and I have to respect that. She nodded toward a box lying on the kitchen table. I looked at it, then back at her, not sure what to make of it all. Okay, it's nothing illegal, is it? Mom, this is kind of freaking me out. She stared at the table in silence, her eyes full of conflict. I can't say for certain. A gnawing unease coiled in my gut. All right. If they're that bad, I'm guessing you won't want to watch them with me. Can I borrow your VHS player for a few days? I'll bring it back when I'm done. Yes, but Jeremy, please remember, your father was a different man back then. I don't want those videos to change how you see him. I took a deep breath, absorbing her words. I can't promise anything until I've seen them, but I hope they don't. I didn't watch the tapes for months. I couldn't bring myself to do it. If they were really as bad as she said, did I even want to know? Mom never brought them up again, but she seemed changed after that day. Every time she looked at me, I could see shame buried in her eyes. I felt sorry for her. This wasn't her fault. But now, I don't know how to feel. After half a year, I'd almost forgotten they were even there. The tapes had become just another thing on my bookshelf, collecting dust. My girlfriend was the one who reminded me. Jay, why do you have a box of VHS tapes? Are you hiding some old school porn stash from me? She teased, arms crossed. What? No, I haven't even watched those. They were my dad's from when he passed away. Emma's playful glare dissolved into a look of guilt, her cheeks turning red. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have joked if I'd known. Do you want to watch them together? I know this has been really hard, and I want to support you. I thought it over before shaking my head. Thanks for the offer. I really appreciate you, but I think this is something I need to face alone. Emma nodded, then pulled me into a tight, comforting hug. I watched the tapes that night. I'd avoided them long enough. Time to face whatever truth they held. It took longer than I care to admit to get the VHS player working. It wasn't complicated, but technology and I have never gotten along. Eventually, I got it set up. I sank into the couch, took a deep breath, inserted the first tape, hit play. The screen was pitch black at first. Then, faint rustling. My dad stepped into view, far too close to the camera before backing away. He set the camcorder down and stood in frame. This is trial number 1. Jeremy, if you're watching this, I'm probably gone. I don't think anyone will believe this. Hell, I barely believe it myself. But I think I finally caught my big break. If I'm right, I may have found the cure for death. That's right. He grinned wildly. I think I've discovered the compound for immortality. Even through the grainy footage, I could see a manic gleam in his eyes. This wasn't the father I knew. It couldn't be. Dad worked in medicine, but he'd never said a word about this, and that look in his eyes, I barely recognized him. He stepped off screen, and my heart plummeted. Behind him, strapped to a table, was a child. Me. I was unconscious in what looked like our old basement, unaware of what he was about to do. Horrified but unable to look away, I leaned forward. Dad returned, holding a syringe filled with a liquid blacker than night, so dark it seemed to swallow light. This is it, my magnum opus. If I'm right, this compound will regenerate cells. It should make natural death impossible. The body won't age. I pray this works. Then he injected it into my arm. Almost instantly, my body convulsed violently. Dad's face paled in panic. He clearly hadn't expected that. The shaking stopped. He exhaled in relief. Too soon. My eyes shot open, solid black. And then, in a voice that wasn't mine, I spoke, "Thank you." It's in a deep, distorted tone. "You've given me a vessel, foolish human." The table shook. My limbs thrashed in their restraints. That haunting laugh echoed as Dad stood frozen. "I hope you understand what you've done. This child will never be rid of me. Never. I may sleep for years, but one day I will return." The tape cut to black. I sat there stunned, unable to process what I'd just seen. No, it had to be fake. Some kind of twisted skit. It couldn't be real. But I had to know. I swapped out the tape for the second one. I watched for hours. Each tape was nearly identical. No more immortality experiments, only attempts to fix what he'd done. My father, desperate, tried cure after cure. Each video showed a new compound, a new formula. Every time I would convulse, the creature would return. It would taunt him, then disappear. Over and over. Dozens of tapes, dozens of failures. By the final tape, my hope was gone. Dad looked tired, hollow. "Jeremy, I'm sorry. I've got nothing left. What started as a miracle born from love became a curse that you now carry. I never should have done this. The guilt is unbearable." He paused, wiping his eyes. "I've been trying to fix my mistake for 12 years. But you're leaving for college now. You won't be living here anymore. And without you, I can't keep trying. I'm sorry, son. I failed you." Then, silence. The screen went black. It's been 4 months since I watched those tapes. This past week, I've started blacking out. Whole chunks of time, gone, like they never happened. I don't know what it wants. But I think that thing from the tapes has finally awakened.